Thank you for joining today's edition of Aso Briefing. I am Richard Allechinwanyebe. Our top stories. President Tinubu holds closed-door meeting with Plateau stakeholders. FCT Minister Barrister Nyesom Wike celebrates ECOWAS headquarters as symbol of diplomacy, unity, and progress. International Air Transport Association (ITA) commends Nigeria's aviation safety gains at Focus Africa Conference. And on business, NAPC says Nigeria's non-oil export hit $6.1 billion in 2025. You are watching Aso Briefing. Don't forget that you can watch this broadcast live on our DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, and on Free TV 507 on the UHF band. You can find us on channel 38. This news is also streaming live on our Facebook and YouTube channels. The news in detail. President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday held a closed-door meeting with a delegation of Plateau State stakeholders led by Governor Caleb Mufang at the presidential villa in Abuja. The delegation arrived at the villa at about 1 p.m. for the meeting, which was scheduled to begin at 2 p.m. The discussions lasted several hours, though details of the deliberations were not made public. The meeting is understood to be a follow-up to the president's recent visit to Plateau State in the aftermath of the deadly Palm Sunday attack in Angwarukuba, Jos. The closed-door session comes approximately 4 weeks after the March 29th attack, when gunmen opened fire at a busy junction in Jos, killing at least 28 people, including university students and staff, and injuring 22 others. The incident triggered widespread fear and heightened security concerns across the state, with sporadic violence reported in areas surrounding the University of Jos. In response to the deteriorating security situation at the time, authorities ordered the evacuation and temporary closure of the university, while additional security personnel were deployed to restore order and prevent further escalation. President Tinubu subsequently visited Jos on April 2nd, where he met with government officials, traditional rulers, and families of victims. And the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, has described the newly completed China aid project of the ECOWAS headquarters in Abuja as a powerful symbol of regional solidarity, international cooperation, and a shared vision for West Africa's future. Speaking at the official handover ceremony held in Abuja on Tuesday, the minister emphasized that the event goes beyond the commissioning of a fiscal structure, noting that it represents the handover of a vision of partnership, unity, and the collective resolve of West Africa to build enduring institutions that will shape its future. Barrister Wike, who was represented by the Minister of State Dr. Maria Mahmoud, according to a statement by her media aide Austin Elemu, commended the government of the People's Republic of China for what he described as a remarkable contribution to regional integration, adding that the project stands as a testament to the enduring value of diplomacy and constructive international engagement. While stressing the strategic importance of Abuja as the host city, the minister reaffirmed the Federal Capital Territory's position as Nigeria's diplomatic hub and a natural home for regional and international institutions. He noted that the presence of the ECOWAS headquarters further reinforces Abuja's role as a center for dialogue, cooperation, and African progress. The minister also reiterated the commitment of the FCT administration to supporting initiatives that promote regional development, stating that the administration played a key role in facilitating the successful delivery of the project through approvals, coordination, security arrangements, and infrastructure support. He called for sustained unity and collaboration among member states, urging leaders and stakeholders to remain committed to building strong institutions and fostering regional integration. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has promised to maintain industrial harmony across the territory's area councils and the local education authorities. The acting Auditor General of the FCT, Alhaji Abdullahi Ibn Salihu, disclosed this during the visit of the FCT Ministerial Committee on Area Councils and LEA staff screening exercise to Gwagwalada Area Council. Our correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar tells us more.
In its quest to end incessant strike in the FCT Area Councils and Local Education Authority, LEA, the FCT Minister Barrister Nyesom Wike has put measures in place to address the challenge. One of such measures is the ongoing screening of council and LEA staff. The chairman of the screening committee and acting auditor general of the FCT, Alhaji Abdullahi Ibn Salu, said the administration is leaving no stone unturned to ensure industrial harmony within its workforce.
The committee was set up to enable us know the exact number of staff in LEA payrolls and that of the area council, because the minister wants to maintain industrial harmony instead of on daily basis or weekly basis people going for strike, calling on strike without notice.
Receiving the visitors on behalf of the chairman of Gwagwalada Area Council, Alhaji Abubakar Jibringiri, the council secretary Alhaji Mohammed Saba assured the high-powered ministerial committee of the council full support for the exercise. He described the screening as necessary for updating the nominal roll of staff.
Instructed that I should assure the committee, very high-powered, respectable member committee, that he, the chairman, is in full support of this screening exercise, because though it's a routine exercise, but it's an exercise that is always very necessary to ensure the update of the nominal roles of the staff of the Area Council Service Commission.
It will be recalled that the FCT Minister Barrister Aso Briefing approved a monthly commitment of 5 billion naira, comprising 2 billion naira from the FCT internally generated revenue and 3 billion naira from the 10% IGR accruing to area councils. Later, members of the committee, including representatives of the FCT Nolge, Comrade Abdullahi Mohammed Shafa of the NUT and other officials from the FCT Minister's Office, inspected the ongoing screening exercise at the council conference hall. The committee had earlier visited Abaji and Kwali area councils. Abdullahi Mukhtar, Aso Television News.
The chairman of Abaji Area Council, Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, has formally obtained his expression of interest and nomination forms to contest for the Federal Capital Territory senatorial seat under the platform of the All Progressives Congress, the APC. The development signals his official entry into the race ahead of the next general elections as political activities gradually gather momentum within the territory. Supporters and political associates have described the move as a bold step towards deepening representation and advancing grassroots development at the national level. Alhaji Abubakar Abdullahi, who currently oversees the administration of Abaji Area Council, is widely recognized for his involvement in local governance and community development initiatives. His aspiration, according to close allies, is driven by a desire to expand his impact beyond the council level to the broader FCT constituency. Party loyalists in Abaji and across the FCT have continued to express optimism over his candidacy, noting that his experience in public service positions him as a strong contender for the senatorial seats. Meanwhile, prayers and goodwill messages have trailed his declaration, with supporters seeking divine guidance and success for the aspirant. Many have expressed hope that his journey will culminate in victory at the polls. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has held a closed-door meeting with a 2027 presidential aspirant under the African Democratic Party ADC, Peter Obi, accompanying Obi to the meeting, which took place at the governor's office, where several former and serving political figures in the southeast. They include former governor of Ebonyi State, Dr. Sam Egu, former governor of Enugu State, Dr. Okwezili Nwodo, former governor of Anambra State, Chief Achike Odenwa, Senator Ben Obi, Dr. Oselako Obaze, and Chief Onyema Ugochukwu. Speaking with newsmen shortly after the meeting, Obi said the delegation visited Governor Makinde to consult him on the proposed coalition ahead of the 2027 general elections, as well as a broader efforts aimed at building a better Nigeria. When Aso Briefing returns, we have more stories for you. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Stand up slowly.
Ura Adeleke abducted my friend Tununu.
Rest in peace, Tununu.
My phone scan.
I will break this thing for you. Talk now.
Tununu is dead. The patient is having intraoperative seizure. I'm sorry, but she's gone.
To Koinsola Adeleke, the new CEO, Frontline gold mine.
You are watching Aso Briefing. Don't forget that you can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, and on Free TV. Look us up on channel 507. On the UHA band, you can find us on channel 38. This news is also streaming live on our Facebook and YouTube channels. Now we move ahead with the rest of the bulletin. Nigeria has received international recognition for its progress in aviation safety at the ongoing ITA Focus Africa Conference in Addis Ababa. Regional Vice President for Africa and the Middle East at the International Air Transport Association, Kamil Alawaldi, lauded Nigeria's 91.5% score in the International Civil Aviation Organization Safety Audit, describing it as a strong indicator of deliberate reforms and commitments to global standards. He also commended the leadership of Nigeria's Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, highlighting key achievements, including the resolution of over $850 million in trapped airline funds. Alawadi noted that Nigeria's efforts are boosting investor confidence and strengthening the country's credibility in the global aviation industry. He stressed that safety, alongside improved connectivity and operational efficiency, remains critical to the growth of Africa's aviation sector. The conference continues to bring together industry leaders and policymakers to chart practical steps for advancing air transport across the continent, with Nigeria emerging as a key player in ongoing reforms. The African Aviation and Aerospace University, Abuja, in partnership with the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria, has hosted a special induction and workshop focused on sustainable aviation development. The event, held at the university's permanent site, brought together key players in the aviation and transport sectors, including the rector of the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Dr. Danjuma Ismaila Adamu, who delivered a keynote address. Speakers highlighted the importance of professional certification, continuous training, and regulatory compliance in driving growth and sustainability in the aviation industry. A major highlight was the conferment of an honorary fellowship on the acting vice chancellor of AAAU, Dr. Mustafa Sheikh Abdullahi, alongside the induction of new members into CLOUTA. Stakeholders reaffirmed their commitments to innovation, collaboration, and global best practices to advance sustainable aviation and transport systems in Nigeria and across Africa. The Nigerian police force has condemned the fatal shooting of a suspect, Mene Ogidi, on the 26th of April 2026 in Ephraim, Delta State. A statement issued by the force spokesman, DCP Anthony Okon Placid, preliminary reports indicate that operatives attached to the Ephraim Area Command responded to credible information from Benin Motor Park along the Warri-Sapele Expressway regarding a suspect apprehended by members of a transport union while attempting to waybill a parcel containing a Beretta pistol with 4 rounds of live ammunition. DCP Placid said while efforts were being made to take the suspect into lawful custody, the team leader, ASP Nuhu Usman, discharged his firearm in clear violation of extant regulations, resulting in the death of the suspect. According to him, the leadership of the Nigerian police force has directed the immediate transfer of the officer and his team to the force headquarters in Abuja, where they would face the Force Disciplinary Committee for summary disciplinary measures and prosecution. The statement quoted the Inspector General of Police, IGP Riwan Disu, extending his condolences to the family of the deceased and assured them that justice will be served in accordance with the law, and further urged members of the public to remain calm and law-abiding as the disciplinary and legal processes take their course. Similarly, the Nigerian Police Force, in collaboration with operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has successfully secured the release of 14 victims abducted by sea pirates along the Calabar-Oron waterways. The victims were rescued following sustained intelligence-driven operations, robust inter-agency collaboration, and coordinated tactical efforts targeting criminal elements operating within the maritime corridor. A statement issued by the force spokesman, DCP Anthony Okon Placid, acting on credible intelligence, joint operatives intensified surveillance and conducted targeted operations across identified flashpoints, leading to the safe rescue of all victims without harm. DCP Placid said the rescued victims are currently undergoing medical evaluation and necessary debriefing, after which they will be reunited with their families. According to the statement, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Olatunji Disu, commended the joint security team for a successful rescue, describing it as a testament to effective interagency collaboration and intelligence-led operations. The National Orientation Agency, NOA, has restated its commitment to repositioning Nigeria's global image by embedding the National Identity Project and National Values Charter into the nation's diplomatic core. According to a statement signed by Bala Musa, NOA's Director of Communications and Media, the Director General, Malam Lanre Issa Onilu, made the pledge during a lecture at a 3-day induction for ambassador designates held at the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Abuja. He was represented by Mr. David Akoji, Director of Special Duties, State Operations. The session exposed the envoys to Nigeria's core identity framework and values system, equipping them to serve as credible ambassadors of the country's image, reputation, and civic ethos in their respective postings. The sensitization aligns with a Federal Executive Council directive mandating compulsory orientation on Nigerian identity and the National Values Charter for all new FEC members, legislators, and government appointees before assumption of office. According to the agency, extending the program to ambassador designates is a strategic pillar of Nigeria's global perception management agenda. It is designed to ensure that diplomatic representatives project a consistent positive national narrative anchored on shared values, responsible citizenship, and national cohesion. The agency reaffirmed its resolve to sustain engagement with key stakeholders across public and private sectors to promote responsible citizenship and a unified national identity. The Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Mrs. Noye Ayeni, has disclosed that the country recorded the highest value of non-oil exports worth $6.1 billion and the highest volume of 8.02 million metric tons. Mrs. Ayeni disclosed this in an opening remark while declaring open the 2026 Women Exporters Conference with the theme, Strengthening Women-Led Businesses for Resilience, Recovery and Inclusion Economic Growth in Abuja. She further reaffirmed more commitment of the Council to improving export standards by expanding the role of women in the export industry through strategic partnerships and initiatives in the global market. Oluchi Jacinta Okori tells us more.
Speaking during her opening remarks at the event in Abuja, Executive Director and CEO of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC, Mrs. Noye Ayeni, emphasized that non-oil export remains a critical driver for sustainable and inclusive economic growth in Nigeria, which has historically depended heavily on oil revenue, noting Nigeria's rich endowment with vast natural human resources and immense monetary potential.
It's to compete globally. We have the products, we have different products. Every product, most commodities that are demanded in the world globally is in Nigeria and is found in almost all the states, from sesame to shea to cocoa to cashew to soya beans to hibiscus to even to solid minerals, lithium, gold, just name it, is found in commercial quantities in Nigeria.
Special Assistant to the President on Export Expansion, Mr. Aliyu Bruno Sharif, reiterated government's dedication to global export expansion, noting Nigeria's economy must be inclusive, declaring that empowering women-led businesses is smart economics, not charity, hence women's access to finance and contribution to the nation's earn.
When a woman succeeds in business, families are strengthened. When women access markets, communities prosper. When women export, the nation earns, and when women lead, the society advances. So Nigeria cannot fully unlock its economic potential if the energy, intelligence, and enterprise of women remain under-supported.
The event also featured goodwill messages from notable executives of the export industry, and CEO Nigerians in Diaspora Commission NIDCOM, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, urged for effective collaboration with key actors in the industry to crack down on unforeseen hurdles that might affect the promotion of national revenue from business owners in diaspora.
The market is there. The goods are needed. All we need to do, as we've been talking, is to just make them more internationally acceptable. Everything we have. Supporting them through their careers. Supporting them, I speak for myself and I'll speak for many other women present. We are wonderful. We are great. And that indeed, NEPC was selected out of a competition of over 600 BSOs globally. And as she said, NEPC is the only country in Africa. So Nigeria is the only country in Africa that was selected for the first phase of the Wide Fund. And this is a very laudable program that NEPC is doing today. They've been able to help made in Nigerian products. This is where we are showcasing local content. Local content is very important in Nigeria. We must learn to patronize our products. So they assist us in.
According to them, the President Tinubu's administration is committed to a sustainable development across sectors. Oluchi Jacinta Okore, Aso Television News.
Thank you, Oluchi, for that report. And that brings us to the end of Aso Briefing for today. Many thanks for watching. I am Richard Alechi Nwanyebe.